Hey folks, Georgie here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on Thermaltake's new Argent H5 wireless RGB gaming headset. So I'm going to break my review down into 8 key elements. First, the unboxing and viewing of the headset. Then we'll move on to the comfort, then quality of sound, battery life, Bluetooth connectivity, software, the microphone, and of course pricing. And at the end of the video, I'll give my overall score for the headset. With that in mind, let's jump straight in. Overall, I really loved the unboxing experience of the Argent H5. I think the team at Thermaltake have done a beautiful job boxing this bad boy up. What I loved most was when you first open the box, the first thing that you see, aside from the cardboard, is the band of the headset. And so you can reach straight in there and pull that headset out. And I thought that was a really nice touch myself. Immediately, the headset feels so nice to the touch. The quality of the, I guess, pleather, you can call it, so not genuine leather, and even the soft memory foam ear cups were really nice to the touch. They turn in and out nice and easily. So overall, that's a great first impression of the headset. From there, what you do is you slip the inner package out, and then you'll find the box which contains all of the different cables, as well as the info booklet with getting started guide. Opening this up was nice and easy. Everything was just tucked away neatly, individually wrapped in plastic so you can easily see the different parts. In terms of what's actually in the box, there's the headset, of course, as well as a USB audio receiver, a USB-C to USB-A charging cable, a USB-C to 3.5mm cable, a USB extension cable, and the multi-language quick install guide, as well as your warranty card. I love that the USB Bluetooth receiver is small and compact. It doesn't really get in the way. Feels really nice to the touch as well. Here I've switched the headset on so that you can get a close-up of the RGB lighting, pink of course, as well as the microphone and overall headset vibe. I really love the visual aesthetics of this one myself. Okay, let's talk comfort. So the ear cups use a nice soft memory foam and they feel really nice over the ear. There is a sharp little plastic bit in the inside of the ear cup here, and I've got a close-up video of that I can show as well, which when you're putting it on, if you're pushing it in towards your ear to position it, you might prick yourself a little bit, but once they're positioned, you don't feel it. So I thought that was interesting. I'm not quite sure what that little piece is. In terms of sizing, this is significantly too big for me, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to pop this on, and they sit almost below my ears. So this is about where I would need them to sit in order to get the most comfort and best audio sound. You can see that there's a noticeable gap there. I can't make this any smaller, so it does increase in size. You've got quite a few options there. Now, I may be doing something wrong, but I couldn't work out a way to make this smaller. One thing that I think the Thermaltake team could do to help with that, and I'm going to use my Plantronics Rig headset for comparison. It is notably smaller, but they've got this great band here, and this works really well. I do have a smaller head than most, but my husband tried it and my brother tried it, and they had a similar issue, and they don't usually have that problem with other headsets. So I do think the headset runs on the larger side. So if I sit this one over top of my head, you can see that it perfectly fits me, but also perfectly fits my husband because of that. The way the band stretches accounts for a lot, but when it's smaller, it's still nice and firm. So I think if Thermaltake tried a similar design, that would really help make the headsets more versatile for a wider range of gamers. In terms of size, it's not too heavy. It's about 412 grams, and weight is really important to me. I do have a muscle condition that means my muscles are weaker than most, and as are my joints and spine. So having headsets that are too heavy causes a lot of neck pain and fatigue for me. I didn't really experience that with this headset, which is amazing, especially considering it doesn't fit me really well. I'd love to experience it if it was just that bit smaller. I think that that would have really leveled it up. So for that reason, I'm going to give the headset a 3.5 for comfort out of 5. Also to note, I do wear glasses, and so something that I always keep in mind with my headsets, and one of the reasons I switched to earbuds, is the pressure that you can feel on the sides. If you wear glasses, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't notice that too much with this headset, which is also a nice win. So great job to the Thermaltake team for overall comfort. Just sizing needs a bit of work, I think. Sound quality. I was really excited and also nervous to test out the sound quality of the Argent H5. I became very attached to Dolby Atmos, which at the time when I was purchasing a new gaming headset was exclusive to the Plantronics Rig, which is the headset I've been using up to more recently when I switched to gaming earbuds. And so I couldn't wait to see how the Thermaltake H5 plays against the Rig, and I was so impressed. It is exceptional. So they use a 7.1 directional sound, and I could very clearly and very easily determine where even the slightest of sounds, which way they were coming from. And I've got some gameplay clips where I was able to identify exactly where enemies were based on their footsteps that were at a distance. So from a directional sound aspect, absolutely fantastic, really blew me away. The sounds are also crisp and clear. I've had other headsets in the past where the audio almost sounds like the different types of audio. So whether it's a grenade or a gunshot, those things can layer on top of each other. These sounds were crisp and clear. I could easily tell between them, which was fantastic. The main reason I haven't given the headset a 5, so I'm going to score this one a 4 out of 5, is because sometimes it sounds like things are distant, almost tinny, maybe like a little bit of a stereo aspect, and that might be a setting issue on my side, but I couldn't quite work it out. So for the most part, things are crisp and clear, but it was like the earphones were away from my ears and not like nice and closed in for me. That also could be the fact that the headset doesn't fit me really well, so that could definitely be a factor. But yeah, overall really happy with the sound quality for sure. From a battery life standpoint, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. Now, the main reason for that is because in order to get the full 19 hours of runtime with the headset, you do need to run it with no lighting and audio at around 50% as directed by the Thermaltake team. And as a gamer and a streamer, I definitely want to be able to use the lights and not feel like I'm limited with audio volume and things like that in order to get the most battery life. So that's the main reason I've given them a 3 out of 5. If you don't run lights and you do run audio at the 50% mark, you can expect to get the 19 hours, but without the, if you are running lights and don't want limitations on the microphone, you can get up to 10 hours. I personally streamed with this for between 6 to 8 hours each time. I had no issues needing to charge. So you could probably get a higher range, but I'm also comparing this headset to others in a similar price bracket in the market. So again, that's why I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5 for battery life. Okay, from a Bluetooth lens, I was so impressed with how easy it was for me to unbox the headset, plug the USB dongle into my PC, and then have the headset running and connected smoothly. That was amazing for me because this is, again, my first wireless gaming headset. So I had no idea what to expect or how much fiddling I would have to do. I've got a lot of complex audio stuff set up, and it was so seamless. Now, I did have an initial issue of dropout. So the headset was frequently disconnecting like every 2 minutes in game, or whether I was listening to music. And what I did was I switched USB ports on my PC, and I also rebooted my PC. Then that seemed to solve the problem. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that it was hardware related on my side. So I'm not taking any points off Thermaltake for that, just in case it was on my end, but something to keep in mind in that lens. From a distance standpoint, I was able to go at least 2 rooms away, which was around 8 meters, maybe 10 meters of distance without any dropouts or losing any sound quality. That was really cool for me because, again, first wireless headset. So every so often I would like duck to the kitchen while I'm loading into Apex Legends and hope that I'm getting back in time before we drop. Being able to monitor the audio cues while I was away from my computer gave me a lot more confidence in how much time I had to grab a snack or grab a drink, freshen up between games. So I really loved that freedom. Yeah, so I'm going to give these guys a 5 out of 5 for the Bluetooth connection side of things. Now, from a software standpoint, the Thermaltake TT-I engine is required in order to get the full experience of the directional sound and also the RGB lighting and personalization. So I did download that software. It installed really easily. There was no issues there. I did have some issues with multiple crashes and freezing. So trying to make a change and then everything would freeze and I couldn't continue. So then I'd reboot the software and it took a couple of goes. And again, also rebooting my PC seemed to stabilize things a bit, but there's definitely some bugs in there that will be easily fixed with some hot patches. So outside of that, there's a lot of options for customizing your lighting preferences. You've got an audio equalizer there if you want to play around with that for different games as well, which I thought was really cool. I didn't get to test that out too much myself, but I'm sure the team have done a great job and they're so responsive. So if you have any issues, you'll be able to get support from them. No worries at all. Again, because of the bugs and it wasn't a super intuitive experience, in my opinion, I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5 for the software side of things, but I'm looking forward to some future updates where they smooth out some of those kinks. From a microphone lens, I don't personally use built-in microphones as I've got my external XLR mic here, but I did do a quick audio comparison so you could hear the difference between the XLR and then the Argent H5's microphone. It is crisp and clear, but it picks up a lot of background noise and it is supposed to be bi-directional. So I feel like I would need to use a software to minimize a lot of that background noise. Again, it's possible that I just hadn't fiddled with the settings, but I couldn't see any specific settings for the microphone that I could play with in the built-in software. So you would likely need to use something external. So just worth keeping in mind, but if it's for console gaming or just in-game chat, then you probably won't be an issue for you. It's just that I am a streamer, so I tend to want to go on the higher end for my microphone. For that reason, I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5.
This is an audio check using the Argent H5 wireless gaming microphone.
And just for comparison purposes, this is my Shure SM7B XLR microphone, noting that this is using a lot of audio processing software as well, so it's not really a fair comparison, but I thought I'd stitch them in together just so that you could hear them side by side. From a pricing lens, it's not too bad. It retails at $209 Australian. That being said, a quick Google search looking at different headset comparisons in a similar tier, it does sit at the higher price point. The cheapest I saw was about $100. The middle tier was between the $150 and $180, and then this one at the $209. So it's not too bad. It's not amazing in terms of pricing. For that reason, I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5. So overall, I'm giving the headset a 3.5 out of 5 score. I think it's a great headset, but there are a few areas that really brought that down for me. Sizing was the biggest. The microphone is somewhere in the middle. for needing software to cancel out that background noise. And pricing is a little on the higher side, but it is a wireless headset. So that's ultimately why I've given them a 3.5 out of 5. I want to say a big thank you to the team at Thermaltake for sending me over the Argent H5 wireless gaming headset to test run. I really appreciate collaborating with you and have had so much fun creating this content. This is also my first ever product review, hopefully many more to come. So it's also a very special milestone. In any case, that's it from me today. I would love your honest feedback on my first review video down below in the comments. If you've got any suggestions of products you'd love to see me review next, I'd love to hear those as well. That's it from me. Bye, guys.